Manchester United has got so many impressive players lately, and most of them, excitingly, are young. But who is the future of Manchester United? In this video, I'm here to tell you just about that. Welcome to the hotspot, and welcome back from that amazing victory that we had over Everton at Goodison Park. As we do now start focusing on the Champions League, I want to first shift your attention to our future because it's always good to look ahead. Let us be a club that thinks ahead, not the immediate short term. Now, for me, the future of Manchester United lies mostly in the young generation, and Mason Greenwood, who is balling at Getafe, I've been telling you about his stats at Getafe, is obviously one player we should be focusing on a lot as Manchester United. I think if we are going to perform to the expectations of many, and after that performance, I think already people now are beginning to bring back conversations about United being a title contender. But if that is going to happen, we've got to rely a lot on the young players. They will give us that. Why? Because they are hungrier. Now, Mason Greenwood is a hungry player. I don't think he's exactly excited playing at Getafe. Getafe has given him a new lease of life, if I would call it. It has given him a level of comfort. There's a newfound comfort he has got because probably he did not expect that after what he went through, he would return to football and be able to fit in nearly instantly because not playing for more than a year and you return and be playing at the top flight, whereas the La Liga is not as competitive as the Premier League. It's still one of the biggest leagues in Europe. So for him to come out there and boss it in 10 games, scoring 2 goals and assisting 3 times, it shows you how good a player he is. So for me, if United is going to look at the future, and I'm speaking about the future now because we know that's what we should be focused on when we bring in Sir Jim Ratcliffe. The future of United lies in these players. Mason Greenwood should be returning. He's still a contracted Manchester United player. We are still paying his wages. People have been telling me, forget about Mason Greenwood. Why are you still talking about Mason Greenwood? We need to move on from Greenwood. We can't move on from him. He's our player and he's performing. So I don't think, by the way, that if Mason Greenwood returned to United, the world would come to a standstill. I think even many of the people who Man United supporters who did not want him to return are seeing United improve like we did against Everton, and clearly it's evident that now that the missing link in our squad is a player like Greenwood, a player who will give us more consistency in our forward positions, especially the flanks. I think many will be more forgiving now. I don't even know what's there to forgive because the boy does not have a single crime. But the point for me is Mason Greenwood should be big in our future. When we start thinking about winning titles, like people are excited now following that victory, I think Mason Greenwood should be key in that conversation. So one player to think about when you talk about the future is Greenwood. Where will he play? I think Greenwood, like I've been saying it, we need forwards who can keep switching left, right. When he scored that bit of a goal you're seeing there, he started he started on the left, but he had switched and inverted himself to go to the right, and that's where he scored that beauty from. And of course, he's good as an inverted winger. Yet we struggle with such players. Anthony has failed to execute it as United. So he is our future because Erik Ten Hag wants such a player. Whatever Ten Hag paid 85 million for to get from Anthony, Mason Greenwood has. So one key player in our future is Greenwood. Two, the next player who I think is the future of Man United is Alejandro Garnacho. Need I say why? We saw him and how he played against Everton. You don't have score such a goal, have such a performance by mistake. But we've also seen several moments of him coming on and impressing and changing games, and many have labeled him an impact substitute. But clearly now we see that he has got the dimension to be a starter and also make impact there. So if United is going to move on, these are the players we need to be focusing on. Give them better contracts, if you have to tie them down to longer contracts for those who could be earning. I'm not well updated with how much longer these contracts are for, especially for Garnacho. For Greenwood, I know it ends in about 2 years, but for Garnacho, I'll check and see. But the reality is, these kids are the future of the club. For Hoyland, I think that's done. We solved that in terms of the striking position, and I know we keep talking about United signing another striker to help Hoyland. I actually don't really think we need to sign big name striker, because a big name striker would be an expensive striker. But the fact that our plan is not on 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 that striker, our long term plan is on Rasmus Højlund. I don't think we need to sign a big striker to come and support him unless they're coming in on loan for a short time. I think we need to sign, if we are going to sign another player, it should be also for the future, maybe another young striker, for them to be rotating and all. But I think Rasmus Højlund, in terms of striking, he's the future of United. But most importantly, and I say this with utmost conviction, after Bruno Fernandes, Kobbie Mainoo has got the potential to be the next captain of Manchester United. Yes, I think Kobbie Mainoo has got the potential to be the next captain of Manchester United, the future captain of Manchester United. That's what I think. He's a leader, not just in terms of how he plays, but he commands respect in the middle. You saw him and how he bossed the midfield against Everton. A young player, the youngest on the pitch, in the middle of the park, the hottest funnel, part of the football match. It's in the middle, the center. But this boy comes up and shines like that. That, for me, is future football. So United has got to focus on those kids. Sir Alex Ferguson, when he was building the great United we saw, he got his group of young players, the class of 92, and he said any other senior players we've got in the team will be there to just support these young players, but these boys are the real deal. That is what we're supposed to do. Erik Ten Hag has got to realize that Kobbie Mainoo should now be molded into a leader, a proper future captain of the club. He's a boy from our academy, and I know so many clubs have been wanting him. If we are to price him now, his price tag, his buyout clause now should be crazy, perhaps more than 200 million. He's 19, and he plays one of the most important positions in global football today, one of the toughest positions in global football today. Holding midfielders today are the most expensive players. They're even more expensive than strikers. Yes, you know that. Caicedo, you saw Declan Rice, name them. So I think Manchester United has got to start focusing on Kobbie Mainoo as the future captain of this club after Bruno Fernandes. You can say I'm rushing him. I'm excited. Yes, I'm excited because I see he has got all attributes. And I'm not saying he should be captain tomorrow, that they strip Bruno Fernandes of the captaincy and give it to Kobbie Mainoo. What I'm saying, you groom him now. He should be, because already captaining the national team of England, the kids. He's a leader. He's a born leader. But even how he plays on the pitch, the confidence, putting himself in tight positions in the middle, it's very difficult to get the ball with your back, with your facing your goal. You get the ball from your goalkeeper. You're tight. You're being pressed. Everton was trying to press us. He's being pressed by a couple of big old Everton players, but he comfortably controls the ball and turns. My goodness, Kobbie Mainoo. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. It's orgasmic watching Kobbie Mainoo, to be honest. Hotspot, subscribe. My name is Webb. That's the future of Manchester United.